Hey there guys, this is Obsidian Chill, got another video for you today. And a part of the Witching Hour 2023 Halloween seasonal, we do have the introduction of a new ally, Teekl. Now, I haven't confirmed anywhere else, but I would imagine from it being tied to the Halloween seasonals that we're not, obviously you can only earn it during the Witching Hour seasonal, which will start October the 5th and most likely run until the end of the month. Outside of that, we'll only be able to earn it from the Halloween seasonal. I don't imagine they're going to bring it back and also apply it to the cyborg vendor as well. Which is why you'll see later in the video that the strengths are not as on par with some of the other allies. Most likely due to this limited nature, because you can't have an OP or like a strong ally that's only available 1 month out of the year. So I will show the preview of the damage, we'll get to the skill sheets, and then we'll jump on that passive as well. So let's get into it here. So taking a look at the damage aspect of Teekl, we have to kind of manage our expectations because for one, this ally is going to be available 1 month out of year and it's a seasonal. This is the first seasonal ally they've added for 50 marks. So it's more just to kind of, give us something a part of the seasonal. We've had Teekl a part of the Witching Hour for quite some time. Now you get to have him as an ally basically. But at the same time, it's a cat. So when you're looking at the damage here, it's obviously not AoE based, it's single target based. So it's going to do the same damage on the 5 targets at CR414 as well as the single target. It doesn't have any increased boss damage, comparing it to Crypto, House Legends bot, Zod, Flashpoint Batman. But like I said, even if you're trying to approach this from like a somewhat like comic realistic point of view, I mean, we have a cat pouncing on you and swiping you, and then we have like a super dog using heat vision. We have a robot using a pulse beam attack. We have Flashpoint Batman using like dual pistols, and Zod having his heat vision with an explosion at the end. So I mean, you can't really compare that to a cat. Maybe that's just me being biased against cats because I'm a dog person, but that's, just once again, we have to manage expectations. So don't use Teekl for the combat abilities. We'll show the passives in a moment, but it's more just to have Teekl just, in your inventory bit, essentially. So I did want to make a note of Teekl's combat ability. So Feline Fury pounces on an enemy, knocking them down before repeatedly swiping at them. So obviously we know the swipe works, it's 4 hits, but in terms of the actual knockdown effect, that doesn't seem to be working as intended, or it's meant for, just basically like trash mob NPCs or 0 willpower, which doesn't really seem relevant, because if you hit them like a 0 willpower enemy with a combat ally, it doesn't have the health pool to survive. So this is just basically, this is out in open world. It's kind of tied to the bounty, which we'll show in a moment, but we have just a basic NPC. It's a little bit stronger than normal, that's why I'm trying this. So we'll summon Feline Fury for Teekl. He's gonna pounce, she's gonna pounce. As you can see, it tanks their first hit and dies from the swipes, but it doesn't actually knock the NPC down at all. And then from the Excel sheets, you'll see that there's no bonus damage on Teekl either, which is a bit concerning, because obviously the swipe is basically is single target based. So if it's not going to be AoE damage, I mean, it makes sense that if a cat's pouncing on something, it's not going to do like wide burst damage. I mean, I can understand why they made it a single target attack, but it doesn't have any increased boss damage like House Legends bot and Crypto. So I mean, why would you level Teekl for the damage aspect of it when it's going to be so much like half of the damage of House Legends bot and Crypto being in the same tier? So from the damage aspect of it, I mean, it's closer to like Calculator bot and Oracle bot from that kind of standpoint. So if you're thinking of using it for like a single target on a boss fight, then that's not so much. It's more, I mean, I can also understand because it's a seasonal based ally, which is going to be, I mean, you can't earn it year round. So the aspect of it, if they did make it increased boss damage or high single target to compete with House Legends bot and Crypto, then your players are somewhat disadvantaged because they're not being able to use it or sorry, not be able to earn it only throughout October. So I should have the ally back. Now we're just going to do it on the bounty, just to show that obviously it's not going to knock down a bounty. So the boss didn't get knocked down. It's still going to swipe. Just his 4 attacks. And in terms of the damage, you can show the combat log here. I'm probably still in combat from that other NPC. I mean, the damage isn't going to be exactly because the other NPC died before it's really going to chase me this far. Yeah, it included other hits. But still, you can see from the chart that it's not going to be... I still can't believe it chased me that far from the park. But yeah, see, like if I try to use Teekl on just like one of these regular NPCs, it's going to die in one hit. So even if it does knock down these NPCs, you're not going to even see the point. Because in any kind of content, just a regular ad, if you try to do a combat ally, it's not going to have over 600-700k health on it. So let's jump in and at least show the other aspect of it here, which is going to be the Pouncing Playtime passive ability. So taking a look at Teekl's passive ability, we have Pouncing Playtime. Heals you for 15% of your maximum health over time when performing a lunge attack with a 20-second cooldown. So currently my health is sitting at 803,000. So 15% of that would be 120,000 total. So what it looks like over time, I'll take some damage here from the new bounty, a part of episode 46, Justly Dark Cursed. So now if I lunge it here, and then run away.
It is foolish to stand before me.
We can see from the combat log, Pouncing Playtime healed myself for 40,000 each, so that's 120,000 over the 3 ticks. So in terms of how I would rate this compared to, say, like the other self-heal, which is Oracle Bot. Oh, sorry, not Oracle Bot, Calculator Bot. Heals 10% of incoming damage. So while you can see from the damage aspect of it, this ally is not exactly, I would say, practical from a damage perspective. In terms of the combat, I mean, this is more, they had to add some sort of ability to it. I mean, 120,000 health isn't bad, but like I said, this will only be really useful in like a solo instance or you know, open world combat, anything like that, where you need just a little bit of heals back. But other than that, it's not going to be practical for a tank to actually use in actual, like, say, alert or raiding situations, because your self-heal abilities would be much stronger than this over time, especially with a 20-second cooldown. But like I said, it's more like a fun ally to add to a seasonal. So, take care, guys. We'll see you in the next video.